Hey everyone, I have a little chat about some stuff. Um, if you didn't know, I identify as non-binary, and I want to let you know that there might be some signs that you also might be non-binary. And by the way, non-binary people can present any way they want and still be non-binary. For me, I have found comfort in identifying as non-binary because I feel like it frees my soul somehow. Like I don't have to like conform. And I know people think like men conforming to the same idea is helpful because it just makes everyone on the same page. But I think that really gets rid of people's individuality that they know they have, but they conforming doesn't always work. Like it strips people of their individuality. Another reason why people might be non-binary is um, they might have social anxiety because they feel uncomfortable around other people because of um, conforming to ideas of gender. What helped me become more comfortable in social settings is I just say to myself, like, okay, I'm not a boy, but I'm also not a girl, and that's okay to be. There's nothing wrong with that. So, and that's basically kind of like being non-binary, and you kind of go from there. Even though I'm AFAB, which means assigned female at birth, um, I like I like boy things. I like girl things. Even if you're if you spend your time online, like constantly looking at videos of like gender, trans rights, things like that, you might be non-binary, which is okay to be. You can even if you're presenting as male or something, or presenting female, just know that it's okay to be internally non-binary, and that could also like lead to like more freedom in your life. You can choose to tell people or not tell people, but if you think that, you might find comfort in it and freedom. There's also a theory um, that says if you're not fully on the female side or the male side of the spectrum, you're non-binary, which could mean everybody is non-binary. That's kind of it's kind of interesting to think about it like that. Um, Conformity kills, in my opinion. Like conforming to just this one set idea that like one person had, like that says like, oh, all men have to wear suits and ties, and all women have to wear dresses, and there's no one in between. Like, there's definitely a lot of genders, but if I were to like simplify it, I would say there's at least three genders. So you have the male, female, and non-binary. And there's so many different kinds of non-binary, but non-binary would be the main topic. I mean, the main, uh, gender title that everyone else would fall under. So it took me a long time to realize I was non-binary. A long like maybe not a long time ago, but a few years ago, I tried coming out as non-binary. I always had like that idea in my head, like I was failing to tell myself that I was a female. Like it didn't quite fit right. It just kept me worrying about things that I shouldn't have been worrying about. Um, but yeah, I find it comfortable. Uh, I just prefer it that way. So yeah, like I mentioned, if you're usually on the internet, if you're more socially awkward or like have social anxiety and you don't prefer to talk to people, um, then you might be non-binary. I could be wrong. This is just my opinion, but this is what I've gathered about myself throughout my whole life. And sometimes I tell myself, maybe I really wasn't ever a girl, but I was never a boy either. And that's kind of where I am. Like if gender is a spectrum, I'm towards the middle, basically. I'm 26 years old now, and I've come to realize that I prefer they, it pronouns. And there are tons of videos online that are discrediting non-binary people and telling them like, "Oh no, they're just girls and boys that are confused," but like it's a little deeper than that. Um it makes me feel so comfortable. Like I feel so comfortable talking to you guys about this now. Um if if you're watching this video and you think that it's not real, it's possible that it is real. That you might have not ever been a boy, but you were never a girl either, and you didn't pursue being a girl, but you pursued being a boy because it was easier. But you might be non-binary. And I've also spent a lot of the past few years watching Instagrams about trans slash non-binary slash LGBTQ, and I feel very comfortable identifying that way. And I just think that it's just easier that way. And non-binary people are getting a lot of they're really progressing far. Like there's a lot of like stories about non-binary people coming through to the news, and like I think, you know, cross-dressing is fine. I love people who cross-dress. I love people who are LGBTQ like me. I love everyone basically who thinks that way. When it comes to non-binary presentation, I think people are welcome to just dress any way they want. Like they can, if someone identifies as non-binary, they can easily wear girl things. They can wear boy things. They can wear pink. They can wear blue, like I'm wearing. The non-binary can look like anything you want, basically. Like mostly, I see people who are non-binary. I see AFAB people a lot. They dress like they have the short hair, usually no makeup, no earrings, or sometimes earrings. They kind of look like boys, the AFAB ones, but it's not my favorite way to present. I present a little bit more femininely, but at the same time, I'm very comfortable with being referred to as non-binary, and I'm okay with being called female things. I'm okay with being called boy things. I don't get offended. So if you're seeing this video, I want you to know that it's okay to be non-binary. It's okay to tell yourself or adjust to your life in that way. It's valid. It's very comfortable for some people, especially me, and you will still be loved equally. I know people just think non-binary people are like difficult, or like, oh, they're just boys and girls that don't want to conform, but sometimes conformity kills. It kills people's soul sometimes. So it's important to be yourself, be an individual, and be happy. And I feel very happy that I found that I identify as non-binary and that I can still present the way I want to without it changing anything. So I hope you guys get some information from this and make your own judgment about yourself, and, you know, just have a happy life. I'll see you guys later.